My name is Brad Arnholt.
I'm Lisa Arnholt.
I'm a pastor, and we drive, a good 90 miles from Columbus, Georgia, just to come up and see Dr. Robinson, because when it comes to our children's health and well-being, there is just nothing like holistic medicine and being able to take your kids to some place where you can have confidence in the person who's treating your children. We've had all different kinds of medical issues. My son is on the autistic spectrum. He has Asperger's. Both of my children were highly allergic to many different things in their food and in their diets and in the air and whatever it is that you can think of. They were allergic to it. Our children were diagnosed with asthma. They had all different kinds of difficulties depending on the season or the time of year. And they are the healthiest children that are around. They do not miss school. If they get sick, it's very, very rare. And even then, we consult with Dr. Robinson, and she has been very, very forthright and always willing to help and give us ideas about what she can do or what we can do to get our kids and not have to use medicines that, quite honestly, are there to treat symptoms. The biggest thing that I think that we could say, and the biggest compliment regarding any doctor, is that they cured what was ailing our children. They weren't about just trying to mask the symptoms with the drugs and the different types of things that happen when you go to a regular doctor's office. And while there's certainly a place for modern medicine, this style of care that we get here is something that you can't put a price tag on. And the great thing is it's really not all that expensive to come here and have your children taken care of. One of the best examples is our son, when he was probably about 8 years old or 9 years old, was struggling with heavy metal poisonings. Now, we didn't know that. And he has a condition with his Asperger's that his body does not expel the regular little trace amounts of things that you find in your water, in your tap water, in your food, whatever. Things that you would not expect to find, like arsenic, lead, chlorine, all of these types of heavy metals that our bodies just expel and get rid of. His body doesn't. We went to doctors all over Columbus. We came to doctors here in Atlanta. We went all over the place and finally had our own home physician tell us, and we dealt with this for 6 months. He missed a half a year of school. And in the middle of all of this, we had our home physician look at us and flat out say, your child is playing hooky. That's the last time we've been in his office, and we'll never go in his office again. But when we took him up here to see Dr. Robinson, she said, I got one test that I'm going to do, and this test is going to take a while. The long and short of it is that she did a hair follicle test that she sent off, and it came back and showed all the heavy metal poisonings. And she said, she called us up, we came up, and you got to understand, our son is an athlete, a young athlete. He loves to skate, and he couldn't walk. He would have to crawl upstairs. His joints hurt so much. And so this is not a minor thing, but this was a major thing in the life of our child. And we thoroughly believe, and Lisa tells me all the time, that Dr. Robinson saved his life. But she put him on some chelators, and within a week, our son was out running and playing and doing things that every kid should be able to do. So if you have any type of issue, whether it's just basic chiropractic care, if you have allergies, if you have whatever it is that might be ailing, if you have the flu, quite honestly, some of the things that Dr. Robinson has been able to do for us, they're just beyond what we would expect, even from a regular MD. And so this is our first stop, and it's our last stop. And we thank you, Dr. Robinson, for all you've done for us.
Mm-hmm. You said that really, really well.